So the most useful element of the APS class for beginner Scrum teams is really that grounding in understanding complexity and empiricism, right? So that's something that we really focus on and double down those two things. So the first one is complexity, right? There is a difference as you increase in complexity, and usually it's an exponential scale, right? The type of processes and practices that you use need to change as you increase in complexity. So if we have very low complexity, let's say it's just complicated or even it's simple, then we can probably plan further out into the future and be okay, right? We can plan, let's say we're running a textile mill and we have 1,000 machines producing fabric. In general, you'll be able to predict how long to a very high degree of accuracy it will take to fulfill whatever order comes in, right? Because you understand the cadence of the machines, you understand how long it takes to retool the machines for different types of fabrics or different patterns. You already understand all of that stuff up front, and it's fairly consistent. There's the odd thing, a machine breaks down, something else goes wrong, somebody gets injured, right? These are all things that can surprise you or get in the way, but generally the variance is very small. As soon as you get into really high variance work, the APS really focuses on that piece, that high variance work, and quantifies what does it look like and how does it feel, right? How does it feel for the people involved? So we do that through an exercise that enables people to experience complexity. Depending on which class you go to, will depend on what experience that is. We've done building websites. We've done Minecraft, right? That's my favorite one, is using Minecraft in that class. To create that complexity so that people actually feel it. Once they realize the difference between complicated and complex, they feel it, then we can start talking about, well, how do we mitigate risk in that world of complexity? And that's where we focus very heavily on transparency, inspection, and adaptation, right? That's why we talk about definition of done really heavily. We talk about the product backlog and why it needs to be transparent. We talk about the sprint backlog and why it needs to be transparent. All of those things are the important piece because everything else is built on top of it. There's no point in doing a sprint review unless you have a transparent product to look at. There's no point in doing a sprint planning unless you have a transparent product backlog to look at. You need those artifacts, those 3 artifacts in Scrum with their commitments in order to be able to do everything else, and that's what makes it valuable. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, follow, and subscribe. I always reply to comments, and if you want to have a chat about this or anything else Agile, Scrum, or DevOps, then please book a coffee with me through Naked Agility.